Hello, everyone. Welcome to TradeVasty Online Trading Academy. This is Dynamic FX bringing you today's weekly market analysis. Before we proceed, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also, hit the notification button so you get notified every time we post a new video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. If you also don't like the content, still give us a thumbs up. We will appreciate that. Before we proceed, also let me also remind you that we still have our online courses. If you like to subscribe, please visit www.tradevasty.com and get registered. What you will get is information about how to trade profitably with cutting-edge strategies that you will not get anywhere online. Our strategy definitely has a robust system that covers both fundamentals, and technical analysis. If you'd like to learn more about that, what are you waiting for? Please visit www.tradevasty.com. All right, I hope we're getting ready for a very profitable week. The market is already open, so let's get started quickly with our weekly market review. All right, like we always like to start looking at the sentiments for last week. Okay, for some of you that saw the video last week, we were looking at the New Zealand dollar. That's what we focused on, and we also made significant profit from that, even as a group, TradeVasty. All right. So if you like to, you can take a look at that previous video. All our calls played out. I will leave the link to that video in the description section below. All right. So for the week, we are looking at the COT report, the Commitment of Traders. For those of you that are new, is a report issued by the Commodities Futures Trading Commission in the United States. All right, I also discuss that briefly in a previous video. Like I also said, if you want to learn more about that, please visit www.tradevasty.com and we'll be happy to take you through that. The last report that was issued was on the 7th of May. Okay, so if you look at the positions here, we're seeing more positions on the Japanese yen, Canadian dollar, and Australian dollar. The institutional investors are going long on the Japanese yen. We're seeing money also flowing into Canadian dollar, Australian dollar. Look at that for gold in the commodities market is significant. Silver is expected to sell off. A bit of both buy and sell for crude oil. Significant positions being taken there, even in both crude oil and Brent. So we'll be paying close attention to that. A key volume indicator, the fear index that's like most people call it, the VIX. Is also, we are seeing investors going long there. That usually happens when there's uncertainty in the market and they are expecting a huge decline in the S&P 500. But we're seeing some good long positions on the mini Russell 2000, even though we have a small build up of short positions still here. We're paying attention to that. We have the long positions also for the Dow Jones, okay, the DJIA, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, okay. So those are the key positions that we're looking at. In the treasuries market, we have the euro dollar to still going. Most of the institutions are still going long on that. For the U.S. Treasury, we have the long and short, but yeah. Selling off the 10-year notes for the US so the US Treasury. So that may also not look good for the dollar. All right. So you can see money flowing out of this currency, and they're also selling the treasuries. So we'll be watching that, how the market reacts to that during the week, and we would also confirm that with some fundamental review as we proceed. So please, stay with us, and I'm sure you'll learn more. Bitcoin, we're seeing both short and long positions there too. So we'll take a look at that. So the three main currencies that we're going to be looking at for the week is Japanese yen, the Canadian dollar, and the Australian dollar. So we're looking out for some opportunities there. But maybe today we'll focus more on the Japanese yen for today. So, but as in more videos, we'll talk about these currencies in more videos while we give the weekly update during the week. All right, so let's see some of the let's do looking at crude oil. Let's look at it from a weekly long-term perspective. You can see that most of the institutional investors, the hedge funds, the fund managers are still net long for this currency pair. And if you look at throughout the week, they've been adding significant long position, except for so 2 weeks back, where there was a huge sell position, more than 15,000 contracts added to the short side, and about 10,000 contracts added to the long side. That also reduced with the same position, both long and short. So if you would confirm the choppiness in on your chart, you would notice more of a zigzag movement without a clear direction, which is some sort of same position we are looking at for the week. The volume is still very stable, still neutral. So our outlook at trade velocity for the crude oil is also very neutral. We're not seeing any significant. There's more volume on the long side and also more volume on the short side. So we're fairly neutral here, but with a much more bearish outlook. So if we have a very good entry to go short, we may most likely go short to see price come down to the 60 levels for crude oil. All right, so we'll quickly look at and closer to the Canadian dollar. So we can look at the Canadian dollar. We might expect that to play off on the Canadian dollar too. So, but we're not expecting any significant move, and the institutions are still net short on the Canadian dollar. We've not seen any significant move on the long side or the short side. The volume too is also very stable. As you can see, the additions were not too significant here. So that's why we are not looking at the Canadian dollar that much this week. Looking at the Australian dollar. Okay, quickly, let's look at the Australian dollar. Where would that be? Right here. Good. Look at the Australian dollar, also almost fairly neutral. That's also fairly neutral, apart from the spike we had last week, but we're seeing increasing volume in terms of open interest. So we'll be looking at that. More contracts also being introduced to the Canadian dollar. We're seeing long position being added, but not too significant. But it may benefit from huge positions sharing correlation with gold. So let's quickly take a look at gold. Gold commodities. All right. Last week, yes, we saw that bounce off the zero line. Still shifting in the sentiments to a net long position. All right, more long position, although still below average, as you can see. So we'll still need to see the moving average cross above zero here before we consider the long position more significant. All right, but we are seeing changes, more of the market, more buying power there. The volume is still relatively lower than the previous periods. All right, but we'll see how that plays out. If you watch our previous videos, we also said we would love to see more build up of long positions before we can confirm going long on this currency pair. So whatever long move we get to experience this week may just be for the short term. It's still within the normal transaction, just still roughly below 10,000 in terms of contract. So we'll be watching that out closely. So It's still not no clear confirmation that it should go now, but the position may be considered significant. Okay, so let's look at the chart. So we said for the week, what we're looking at is the Japanese yen. And so we will start off with the, okay, oh, sorry, before we move to that, of course, we need to look at the fundamentals. Almost forgot that. Okay, the US, looking at our economic calendar, we do not have any high impact news until Wednesday. Looking at the retail figures, retail sales month on month figure are supposed to drop to about 0.3%. We'll be watching that. Let me leave an alert there so that I can get notified when that report comes out. Okay, we also be looking at Friday, the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report for the United States will also be out. So the thing is relatively a quiet week for the US dollar. All right, there'll be some new bonds will be issued, and the 6 month bill auction and a 3 month bill auction too. We'll be watching that closely. Okay, so let's look at that. Let's look at the United Kingdom. If you have any high impact news there. For the United Kingdom, what we're looking at, we have the claimant count change in April on Tuesday. So that is expected to drop to 25,000, which is relatively okay. That means uh, okay, that is also good. So we'll have some other employment figures, that labor figures that will be coming out for the week. Most of them are not expected to change. All right, so a bit of a quiet week for the British pounds. The next is, let's see what we expect for the Swiss franc. Okay, producer import prices, more of trade figures, numbers, it's apparently quiet. Okay, let's move on to let's see, do we have any significant news? No, 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 no. All right, all right, all right. So let's check Australia. Okay, do we have Australia? Yes, we have three IEPAC news on Tuesday. The NAB Business Confidence News, the Westpac Consumer Confidence Index, and the Consumer Confidence Change also on Tuesday. There's on Saturday, federal election. We'll also be paying close attention to that. The job, the numbers too, the labor or employment figures to be coming out on Thursday. We'll be analyzing that and giving you updates as we proceed during the week. That's for Australia. Now we need to go to Japan, which is our key focus for the week. All right, Japan. Let's see. Okay, no high impact news expected, but we need to pay attention to the foreign exchange reserves numbers. The current account numbers to showing some significant improvement. Some other numbers, but not significantly high impact, but the fairly medium. We have the GDP numbers to come in next week. Okay, so we'll see that. So I think for the Japanese yen, what is just expected to benefit from is just a risk environment as investors begin to seek safe havens for investment. All right. Okay. So that's about it for the fundamental outlook for the week. So looking at the charts quickly, the Japanese yen currently is at 109,752. 0.752. It still has a very bearish outlook, but we want to see a pullback up to around above 110.210 before we consider going short. A very, very good entry will definitely be around 11.0 932 the level. If we see a significant pullback there and we get a confirmation that price will definitely go down, then yes, that would be a very good level. Or another alternative would be to place a pending order, a sell stop below 109.535 to go short. Since we definitely have a bearish sentiment for, a very bullish sentiment for the Japanese yen. Okay, so for the euro last week to this is also very bearish. We've already seen some sort of a breakout, a breakout at the support level here, below 123.970. So if we definitely get a retest here, we may see price push lower to 120.681. Looking at the daily time frame, so we still want to go short on Euro JPY. Canadian JPY now, we were fairly neutral, so I'll just move on that. Okay, the Australian dollar JPY. Why this was difficult for us to call, we're definitely giving the bullish outlook on gold. But we also said that transaction to still be low average, so it may not be considered significant for us to consider the Australian dollar to be strong. But there's more of a bullish position on the Australian dollar. But we'll be looking at if price pushes back up here, yes, we can look at going short in favor of the Japanese yen. Price may still push up higher or at 79.290 and maybe continue in this range here. But what we're seeing, price has been ranging between 80.340 and 70.270. Now we have a break below that, and we definitely expect to continue going short on that. GBP Japanese yen, we're definitely waiting to see a pullback to 143.565 before we consider going short. We're already seeing a bit of a rejection at this level here. We're seeing a bit of rejection at this level around 142.41, 412. Also, unless we see price break below that level, we test that level before we start. We tend to go short on that. The Swiss franc, yes, this already came to gallery. What we plan is for price to retest this previous support here around above 108.950 before we consider going short. All right, to the downside. Okay, that's about it. Definitely looking at going short on silver for the week, as we are at a major resistance level. So we're seeing some sort of spike above this level, and what we could see, that is some new highs there. So we could see price definitely break below this level. We have an opportunity to sell here because this is definitely some new highs that have been established, and we've not seen those highs since 2008. So this is definitely very attractive for a very good sell to the downside. Okay. So that's most of the setup of what they were looking at for the week. Okay, see crude oil is already rebounding. USD JPY is at a weekly support, so we need to be mindful of that. Okay, you may not see the push go to the upside. So that's about it from me. If you have any comments, you have any questions, please feel free to send us an email at info@tradeversity.com, or you can also leave your comments at the comment section below, and we'll get back to you within 48 hours. So don't forget to subscribe for more videos. If you also don't forget to hit this the notification button so I get notified every time I post a new video. Thank you also for giving us thumbs up. I believe you also don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and give us a thumbs up. All right. See you in the next video. This is Dynamic FX. Uh, See you. Thank you for watching. I don't talk time.